What's up? It's your average hate-filled stream. That's a lie. I don't hate it. I don't hate that much. It's Thursday, Slay the Princess Day. But before that, we got Gaindle Day. And this is... What the heck is this? This looks like one of those old games where you get a magazine and you're supposed to search for stuff. I don't know what I'm looking at. Is this, I know it's not Heavy Rain, but this is not helping. The Sims? Is this Supermarket Simulator? Bruh. I still don't understand why this has been popping off so hard, man. Tune in later, though, for real. Watching a 100% FF7 marathon run, and it's nearly over. See you in a bit, Steves. Enjoy princessing the Slayer. I see you soon, Luca Ryan. What the heck? This isn't Loco Rocco, is it? Oh, shoot. What's the name of this game? Ooh, I know what it is. Oh, it's a two-player game. I've seen a number of people play. I don't remember what the name of this game is called. It's about like two children. What's up, Moose? Frick Snake Eyes players. All my homies hate Snake Eyes players. Frick non-Utopia players. All my homies hate non-Utopia players. What the hell is the name of this game? It's like the two children, their heads get missing. They run around looking for the heads, but their heads are replaced by animals. Like one of them's a bird, I think. Bird head. I don't remember the other one. A frog or something? Maybe some other reptile. I don't remember the name of this game. Omori? It's not Omori. We lost. We frickin' lost. Okay, maybe I was wrong in the first place. Hold on. I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is at all. I thought this was the other kid with the jacket, because he's a kid with a jacket. Okay, yeah, I don't know what this is. Never seen it before. Never seen it before in my life. Out of the Woods. Oh, never mind. That's what I thought it was. You mean Night in the Woods? Seen this OST played live, and it's life-changingly good. What? The Scott Pilgrim game? Alright. This game's a literal who, ain't it? Who? But we can't have Tobal. But we can't have Tobal. We can't have the rest of the Kingdom Hearts games. We can't have the rest of the Blaze Blue games. But we got the Wild at Heart. I got put in gold this season. Even gold, there's nothing but Snake Eyes players. Incredibly unfun deck to fight, making me play stun. Oh, this game is Wacky Zappy Zoodle's Arcade Quest? Huh? Yeah, I've seen Anime Noguchi live 3 times, and one of the tours they did last year was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, the tour. They played the entire OST and a load of their hit songs. Top concert. Okay. Sounds fun. Dolls cloning minigames. Alright, so clearly this is Street Fighter 4. Shoot. Split screen puzzle solving, family friendly. The dolls? Oh, this is probably, what do you call it? It Takes Two? Yeah, okay. I thought so. Non-single player, time manipulation, underwater gameplay, synchronized gameplay, split-second decisions, relationship dynamics. Infamous elephant scene? I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to. Not yet. Not until I play the game. Marriage counseling theme. I still want to play this game, but, like, someone find me a cute girl to play it with, please. After 2019, Unreal Engine, more than just third person. Starfield? First and third person, 2023. Ain't this something? I'm a cute girl. Hmm. This is really good. This is the first Phantasy Star Online? Okay. I might just look this one up to bookmark it, because I'm actually really digging this song. Hold up. Underworld Equilibrium. PS... Whoops. PSO. Don't play anything. Stop it. Right, that's saved. Say it, deny my gender, I dare you. You aren't cute. Damn, he got your ass. Ugh. Unreal Engine 2023, first and third person. Anyway, I'm out. Good luck, Steves. I want to see this game too, so I'm gonna be back in a bit. Gotcha. Anyways, I made a volcanic first turn kill deck. Steven want to help me test it out. Don't talk to me. When did the finals release? End of last year? PC, PS5, Xbox Series X/S. Shouldn't be Baldur's Gate. It's not Helldivers, because that released this year. Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine 5. I'm assuming it's 5. Only one that I know that was made in 5 is Tekken 8, which I'm still pissed off about, by the way. That game, Jesus Christ, it's falling apart at the seams. I'm highly reconsidering trying to submit a... I'm highly considering submitting a request for a refund, even though it's way past the time that I would have been able to issue one. But, it's getting to that point. It's quickly getting to the point where I'm that pissed off about the game. Xbox, PS5. Oh, which game? About Tekken 8. Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, that one. First person, third person, Unreal Engine 2023. When did God of War... No, it would have been mentioned in... It shouldn't be Spider-Man 2, right? I think that was on the list a while back. God of War Ragnarok was... Was that last year? Wart. That was 2022. Okay, I thought so. If it was made in 2023, it's likely in Unreal Engine 4 or 5. Oh, did the game lie to you again? No, the game is broken. You've seen the clips in not Fun Post. That's the name of a channel in the Discord that I hang on. You've seen the clips in the Discord of, like, them... of them releasing whatever the hell the new patch is, and then there's the bug of someone doing, like, a crouching jab and then just being able to move during Super Flash. Or, the new thing that they did where they nerfed... What was it? They, like, nerfed triggers for stage hazards because they wanted to nerf specifically Devil Jin's, like, grounded or ground bouncing thing, or the damage off of it or whatever, and in doing so proceeded to nerf, like, the entire cast inexplicably. Something like that. It's like, rather than just nerfing the one move or the handful of moves from Devil Jin, they just made it so that stage or ground bouncing stage hazards don't trigger. And then now you have all these characters that are working off of that and just don't get to use it. Not anymore. The game hitbox does not function like a 2D game again? That's still not the problem. You miss the problem. You miss the issue when someone does a forward-moving attack that is vertical, and then I sidestep it, and then now I'm, like, getting hit anyway because of no discernible reason. Might I say anything about the time that I was completely behind an opponent and got hit anyway, and that made no sense? Or the time that, what's-his-name, Victor does sword slash thing from a jumping teleport, and then that hits you even if you're 90 degrees to his right or left? That means nothing to you? I don't want to do this anymore. Not again. Sup, Tenjin? Magical freaking morning, everyone, except ABA players. I went to sleep at 6:30 a.m. angry and woke up at 5 hours later still angry. I finished my job. I'm still angry. Anger now fuels my existence. Anger is now a part of my being. You know what? Maybe Moose was right. Maybe Strive is a trash game. It is too bad he will have to buy it for BBU Slayer gameplay. Big Bang Upper. Okay, that's what that is. And watches people make most illogical decisions known to man, and game rewards them for it. Hope everyone else is having a good day. Attention! What do you mean? Like what? Like, what are you talking about? I know that we had, like, a rough session last night, but I was getting angry too. Believe me, I was getting angry with the game lying to me as often as I thought. Like, I'm out here pressing buttons and then it's telling me, oh, big counter hit. Oh, never mind, they blocked it. And that would happen, like, every round. Every other round. Maybe this is... I know this isn't Guilty Gear Strive, but this is for data. How come we got 2 Guilty Gear games? G Gamedle, how come your mom lets you have 2 Guilty Gears? What's my one hint? Single player, multiplayer, cooperative, MMO. MMO? An Unreal Engine? But it released in 2023? Is Lost Ark? No, that's isometric. Hmm? Who in their sane mind does a wake-up aerial key grab? Okay, that likely was not me actually attempting to do a wake-up aerial key grab. That was probably me messing up the input for my reversal and then ending up with aerial key grab somehow, because I don't really get that. I don't know. If I'm doing a half circle back forward input, I don't know why exactly it would give me jump and then key grab when that's quarter circle back, because I'm ending the input with a forward. Why would it not just unbuffer? But whatever. Wake up, jump H. That one I did because of the instances in which you'll, like, stand in front of my face and then jump in front of me, baiting a grab. That was me playing off of, like, player habits. Yeah, they buffed sidestep, and then they also buffed tracking. You aren't even complaining about the actual biggest issue, that grabs can't be sidestepped anymore. So you can just poke people with grabs now because they track. Well, then that's just all the more reason for me to be angry at Tekken. Now I just don't like the game. You gave me just another reason to not like the game. Still enjoying Tekken, warts and all. The way Steven is enjoying garbage like Strive. Ay, ay, ay. I have characters I like playing and the game is enjoyable to me. Good to hear. What is this game? 7th Dragon 2020. I have never heard of this game in my life. I'm not even mad at the game or rollback. I did mess up my combos a bit, but you see, I know what rollback shows is true. I'm mad because you hecking mash on all the plus frames and hold up back. Like, I won ABA set, I guess, but man, I should have won the Testament set. How come you'll always block low versus ABA, but never block low versus low dispenser like Testament? I don't know. Still mad at FD though, garbage ass mechanic. I A lot of the time when if you're talking about like me getting hit by you tapping me with lows and sweeps as Testament, it's because that's me trying to do something like backdash away from it, or I don't know, avoid the low from touching me in its entirety, but then getting hit because ABA is like the size of a truck apparently. MMO game, Unreal Engine 2023. What MMOs came out in 2023? There was nothing that was heavily anticipated, right? I don't remember any MMOs being heavily anticipated in 2023. Like, I know it's not Lost Ark. I just think Destiny. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC. 2023. No, I'm saying your reasons for disliking the game were petty and nonsensical. At least hate the game for actual good reasons. Jank-ass hitboxes isn't a good reason? Bugs? Game-breaking bugs isn't a good reason either? Okay, got it. Understood. My bad, I'll think about that for the next time I dislike a game. I'm doing 2K 2D for the 20th time, and you're like, whoops, I tripped again. You're doing 2K 2K 2D. I'm trying to avoid, like, at least one of those 2Ks that you're just not necessarily frame trapping into each other, but you're stagger pressuring with a backdash, and then I get nothing. As far as I can tell, Steven has 3 main reasons he hates Tekken 8. 1, laziness. 2, misunderstanding of Libertador. 3, hitboxes. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's it. Bro, it's Testament with Giga Active 2D. Also, the Grave Ripper up. The H version, it is +2 uncharged. I did not know that. I found that out, and then I stopped, like, mashing every time, unless I knew that you were going to go for something like Crow after you threw it. It was mostly based on distance, my decision-making. What MMOs came out in 2023? Bro, there's nothing. I know it's not Baldur's Gate. I don't know what this game might be. I have no clue. Is Monster Hunter now in here? It's not. Whatever. Ark? This is an MMO? Ark Survival Ascended. I... Hmm. What's up, G5 Austin? How you doing? New World? Oh yeah, that was a thing. I don't know if that's in here, though. The man does 236k far slash after a minus move, and wowee, he got rewarded for it because the game took away my 6p and gave me crap on a stick as a reward, and the worst thing is, I don't want to be mad. Dude, the game's been eating the hell out of my inputs too. There are a number of instances where I would try something like 6p and then just get bodied for no reason. Like I'm just watching my character walk forward like an idiot, and I'm wondering why. I don't know what the deal is. Hey, welcome to the StrongmanSteven chat. Today we get Steven angry at fighting games. I'm not really angry at fighting games. I'm angry at you defending, like, Tekken 8 wrongfully, or what I believe to be wrongfully, and then just calling me... referring to me calling out things like the messed up hitboxes as me being lazy about the game. Or me talking about the game-breaking bug that is crouch grabbing someone that tries to do a rage art. Like, that's also... I don't know what you would call that. Like, I don't know why that is not... why you would just ignore that. I lose to you in BB, I'm fine. I lose to you in DBFZ, it is sort of interesting. Makes me want to learn the game more. I lose in Strive, I feel like I got cheated by most unholy tactics, and it makes me feel bad for being angry, so it makes it twice as sad. I don't know what to say, Tenjin. What do you want me to say? I'm sorry, what should I be feeling? Like, I felt really bad. I want you to know, Tenjin, after that session, when you, like, sent me a message about being super angry, I'm like, I don't know what to do here. Like, and then we played 2 more games, and then I felt even worse, and how you doing, Ratatosk? Lord Ratatosk. I don't know why I forgot the Lord that time. Don't think I ever defended Tekken 8. Also, when I say you were lazy, I was referring to you not wanting to try and move up the move list yourself. I don't believe that that is laziness. I believe that that is, in its entirety, Tekken UI just being half-assed. You could very easily solve the problem that I talk about in Tekken by giving you, like, the same thing that Guilty Gear does, or BlazBlue does, where it gives you a black beat, like it shows you the combo counter, and then it changes color when the enemy could have gotten out of whatever the attack was. Like, if the string isn't true, then Guilty Gear, it shows you the orange combo counter if it's actually landing, and then it turns gray/black if they could have teched out of it, or if you hit them with a grab mid-combo. I don't think you can grab somebody mid-combo in Guilty Gear, I'm not sure. I have to check that one. But bottom line is they could have avoided something and then they didn't. Showing that the Azucena nerf was a hidden buff. Huh? What's this? What's this Twitter post? Sure, I'll bite. Oh, okay. She whiffs the thing on sidestep and then recovers too fast for the opponent to punish. That's it. I should change the game category. No, I'm just yapping at this point. Realistically speaking, this is all skill issue on my end. Closer to the end, it was 6 a.m. and I was sort of hard to adapt with my brain not functioning. Right. I hear you. I still felt bad, though. Alright, music has stopped. More clarity in my brain. I should have started doing 6H more, since you just jump all the time and it catches your Gold Lewis shallow-ass arc and hits your step dash and clears your 5H. I mean, that probably would have helped you. Okay, not that one. This one. And then you go here. That's the wrong button. You're about to stagger a bit. Okay, Slay the Princess, what you got for me? Where were we? Here. We were here. I also feel bad when you were mad on stream when I play you. Well, I've been thinking I might play this game, so I'm a lurk, so I don't catch too many spoilers. I hear you. I hear you. Alright. So, I remember us being about to step foot into the cabin, and now we're forced to go in because walls. So, I mean, let's just go in, right? Insane Cat, I might fight you again today. I need more anger in my veins. Dude, he's just like me, for real, for real.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No.
Just the contrarian.
Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. I'm not doing that again. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. I don't feel like picking up the knife again. Done that 1,000 times. We actually only did that once. If you guys want to know lazy, it's the fact that some... Shoot, I have to scroll up to see that. If you guys want to know lazy, it's the fact that some friends won't learn their punishes, so they say stuff like, wow, the low is unpunishable. Nah, there's no point where I would say something like that. That's not an issue with Tekken. There's actually a lot of dooming going on about the latest Tekken 8 patch, people saying it's going to kill the game, etc. This is also the patch that added a battle pass that you can't just buy. It costs 600 coins, and you can only buy coins in 100, 500, or 1000. Or was it 200, 500, and 1000? Either way, it's that cheap manipulative stuff that mobile games do. Steven was correct, the patch majorly screwed up the way characters interact with environmental effects, and it also added a funny glitch where if you do crouching grab during someone's Rage Art startup, you will be able to freely move around during the Rage Art startup animation. Yeah. Not you, Strange, half of my friends are like that? Oh, that's... Yikes. Let's go into the basement without the knife. Again.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
This is like that one painting. Or is it a drawing? You know the one art piece. The crazy stairs art piece.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
What's up, Piro? Yo, how much did I miss? It's just been a bunch of complaining about both Guilty Gear Strive and Tekken 8. Obviously, these issues are going to be fixed. I highly doubt Bamco is just going to let stuff like this stay in the game. Well, yeah, they're going to fix it, or at least try to fix it. But I'm amazed that they would launch the game with the issues that it had initially, and then make a patch, and then I can't really say anything about the bugs that are presented with a new patch. I mean, it's stuff that they didn't exactly see coming. They didn't know that that was going to happen, right? So I can't complain about that. I'm still moderately annoyed by it, right? Just because there was the poor track record from the initial release and then it got worse. How was Tekken 7 launch? Good question. Oh, also, if you look at the premium Battle Pass rewards, they suck. Yeah, I heard. Was it bad? I don't recall. Tekken 7's initial release? I don't think so. Tekken 7's launch was better than this. The main issue it had was a lack of players. Tekken 7 didn't start to take off until Season 2 with Geese. Right. How many times did you die or kill her? Died once, killed her none, no times.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh, hey, it's that line. The
Her
fabled line.
voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
True. Harsh stairs to the left, center staircase, soft stairs to the right. Let's go harsh left, right? I think that's where it's at. Left is where it's at. Tekken 7 Season 1 was majorly dominated by Jack and Dragunov, both of who were pretty overpowered in the game's vanilla version. People got tired of it pretty quick. But I don't recall hearing about Tekken 7 having all the same performance and crashing issues Tekken 8 had. I also... Never mind. I don't want to say anything about its hitboxes. I can't speak about that. I just remember a friend of mine saying something about moves being hard-coded to not touch sidesteps, crouching, or aerial. Making for a lot more instances where you could just sidestep something and not have to deal with whatever it is. Meanwhile, you're getting clipped by everything in Tekken 8. Let's go to the left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
Don't think this is a good idea.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Okay.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
What the heck? So, like... What, we just feel all emotions until we finally come back to reality? Strange. Tekken 8, a big issue is that they majorly buffed every character's offensive abilities. There's more tracking on most things. It feels like every character now has a 50-50 baked into a string or a stance, and they did not add anything more to do on the defense to make up for it. Tekken 8 is a game where the game wants you to push buttons. Tekken 7 at the end of its life was an incredibly defensive game. At this point, I think it's too early to tell whether Tekken 8 is worse, or just that people got so used to the defensive game that they haven't gotten used to Tekken 8 yet. No clue. With the way that a friend of mine describes a game, it seems like it's... I want to say worse, just because I would say that a game lacking in defensive mechanics but overbearing in its offensive mechanics is leaning toward the bad side. Because someone starts their offense and it's just whichever one starts it first ends up winning the game, which is fine if that's like one or two characters that are supposed to be like feast or famine, but if it's the entire game, then you're making some problems. Sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Isn't this the second time that's happened to me? You know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? Alright, I didn't realize I was here.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you stare at me for a long, long time.
What the heck?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. I don't think she likes us. Wouldn't you be skeptical of someone stumbling in here if you were her? We lost ourselves the second we stepped into this place. I don't know how long she's been here, but I can't imagine it would be easy for her to trust anyone. Those eyes, though. They're so sharp. It's just deception. Don't buy into it. You can do this.
It's okay.
What the?
Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Okay. This
We
ain't
can do
good.
that. I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Based contrarian. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
There's more of you now.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? There must be something
Nice.
wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I, which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
No, man, the contrarian was spitting. Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up for a reason. Let's do this.
Like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Wow. Such a jerk.
We're stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Getting you out of here, try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. Can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Retrieve the blade. Locked down here for a reason.
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. You know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
Jesus Christ. Oh no.
Boy, we both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I don't know. I think this is getting better. You out of here. Try and free her. Don't know. Wait, why are these the same options?
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
What?
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
What the hell?
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Is this your waifu? She is all of them, apparently. It's going to be okay. I'll do my best. I think you're supposed to be I don't think they're supposed to be fixed. No! You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. I'll do my best. Okay, well. I guess it doesn't matter. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Trust me, we've been here before and you'll always get scared.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Haven't we already done this one? Have we?
He's just messing with us. Right?
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. I'm sorry? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? Oh, also the replay takeover feature doesn't work if someone was using Eddie. Also, if you're using Eddie in ranked, the game puts you in a beginner rank instead of whatever the rank floor you reached was. So now there's a bunch of blue ranks or higher players absolutely bullying people in the crappier ranks. Steven, have you slain the princess yet? I think this is the closest I've got, because there were timelines in which I had to slay her. And they all happened at once. What do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
I don't know why you would bother with a perspective like this. This should just drive you insane. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or another. or another on the matter. Yeah, one way or another on the matter. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. I guess I have no opinion on it. I mean, like, if it's not something that you believe is making yourself worse, and yeah, I don't really have any thoughts on it.
How strange of you to ask me then.
True. You know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. What does this mean?
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
I still don't get it. What does that mean? Have you figured out what you'll want when this is finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
True.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and tells me new secrets.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I don't know. I get that, but at the same time, it just sounds like you're a creature born without desires, and this answer seems like a bit of a cop-out. Cop-out is probably the wrong word for it. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a...
What's up, Big Broso? Is this Steve's new AI girlfriend? Yeah, man. Definitely. Steven don't ask silly questions, the cosmic waifu? Don't see why not. She told you she cherishes the gifts you bring her. Why are you hitting me with an ooh-woo? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Whatever, let's just walk up to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
What's up, Brittany V?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Alright, so which endings have we done? We've done don't pick up the knife, and then... Hold on. We did don't pick up the knife and talk to her. We did pick up the knife and talk to her. We did walk away from the cabin, then go in and then talk to her. Are there any other options to not kill her? Hold on. Let's just proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty.
I believe we've already heard this
walls
one.
are pink.
Yeah, we have. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Okay, so you do have two different voices for whether or not I pick up the knife and then walk in at the basement. Steves does know that slaying the princess does not mean sexy time, yeah? Yes, I know. You know what? Screw you, dude. No, I don't know. I'm gonna make it into that. I reject your reality and substitute my own. That's the word. Just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you, lie. What did I do? I just continued down the stairs before. I'm just gonna say I'm here to save you. Something rocked to the blood edge.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Nah. I got you.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
I'm here to make babies.
You walk down the stairs and
Jeez.
lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains. The simp route? Yeah. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to
Yeah,
the
voice of the
chains
hero.
binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Is there a keyhole?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
True. Have her face as her eyes. Her eyes are bigger than her boobs. Didn't we say that last stream? I think you said that same thing. Maybe she can use Byakugan. I don't think that's related to the size of your eyes. Could be wrong, though. I've never been a part of Naruto. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. I'm gonna check upstairs. I'll be back.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
This jerk.
Is someone else here?
Well, I guess I'll just return to the bottom of the stairs.
Make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Huh?
She barely
Hey!
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
I don't like this.
Blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Or
we could use it to free her.
okay, hero.
Like what happens if you do that.
Oh, save the prince. That is my only option. Okay. I'm about to get, what's the voice? The what's his name? The infatuated or something? The simp? I don't remember what it was called. The smitten, that's it, thank you. Hate him? Jesus Christ. Time to get wrecked. See what happens when you simp. I don't want to know anymore. I want to give up.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground.
Don't do it.
And the heavy chains follow suit.
Don't do it.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
I think we messed up, bro. What's up, dog the dog? Do the sex the princess ending? Is that a... Don't answer that, never mind. I fear we're getting closer to there, and I don't think that's where I want to be anymore. Someone give her a high five. I mean, that's still possible.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her? You already know. If I hit warn her, then it's gonna give me the smitten for sure. Sure, whatever, fine. We're committing. We're hard committing.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist. My wife? Your wife?
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Our wife?
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges
Hey!
it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
That's
You
not
aren't
quick.
dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Just cut my jugular!
Strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Oh,
For
no.
her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
You're willing to gnaw your own arm off, but you don't know how to kill a person quickly?
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Cool. I guess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
God, I don't think Steven is going to get any ending that requires slaying the princess. Probably not. I'm gonna do my best to avoid killing her. Deja vu. Hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. Hasn't this already happened? I do this option every time.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Don't say it, don't do it, don't do it, don't be the smitten. Please don't be the smitten.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If
Okay.
we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Oh,
We lost.
yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Jesus Christ. Save our queen. Steven, this voice is your guy. This is the purest representation of your approach to the game. That's... No! Because before, I just wanted to see if we could get through this without killing the woman. But now it's like we actually have feelings for her, question marks. Why? I don't actually care for this woman in a romantic way. But apparently the smitten does. I just wanted to not kill her and not kill the world. It seems I cannot have my cake and eat it too. She kinda bad though. Is that Frost? Steven, you're doing everything possible to take every death instead of the princess. I'm not trying to die. To assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did actually happen, why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
How do I get this voice out of my head? Specifically the smitten. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin. Let's talk about the princess. Let's talk about the princess.
Just be quick about it.
Only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in the basement? I think this is the same thing.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
I hate you so much.
It's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Alright.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right. You can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
This is weird that, like, the narrator is who I'm assuming is the body of the hero, or part of. Like, he's the only one around. It just makes me think, like, there's this one entity standing in the middle of the woods talking to himself, even from the get-go, until you get to the point where you know, go in and then fight. Not fight. We'll talk to the princess. Let's just go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
How do you...
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty
God,
sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I hate this Smitten. He just sounds like the guy that's... Sounds like a cheesy hero, you know? Like a cheesy movie hero that just... Ooh, it makes my blood boil. I just don't like listening to him.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
I love cheese. Why? Can't be because it's your true inner voice. I mean, you can complete the game without slaying the princess in the first part, at least. You can't see every ending without doing it. Right. At some point, I'll do that. Get auto-modded, nerd. Here. Screw me, apparently that word is censored. It sure is. Did hit a point in this game where I started making choices purely despite the narrator. That Smitten is like the typical thought streamer moderator.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Whole cabin is different than last time. Didn't say anything about the mirror. Not saying anything about the mirror.
Very different.
Yeah, different cabin.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Let's just walk into the basement. Smitten equals StrongmanSteven mod. Yes, because you know me, using my fat ass to get viewers and whatnot.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Bro, I
Though
want to,
our
like,
tongue-turned
crush
habits
my
have taken
mouse
us
in
a little
anger.
too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Am I going crazy? I hope I'm not.
We're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Piss
You know
off.
she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero.
The part that matters is that she said we're back.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Heck. Time to lay the princess. Want to see the Spittin's reaction if you just stab her? You know, honestly, so do I. The world was lame anyways. It was full of Strive players. This, but with Tekken. Killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Yeah? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
I don't want to.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
God,
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Killed me last time. It hurt a lot. Why did you do that? Before we start talking, did you world end? You killed me last time. Why'd you do that? You know what I'm wondering? If she is a prisoner there, where does she do her business? She probably doesn't. I doubt her body needs to actually function in any real way. Because there's a different instance where you ask her if she needs to eat. And I don't believe she says anything about eating, meaning she doesn't eat. It's as simple as that. She doesn't eat. She doesn't have any excrement to release. I assume the world loops before she has to... Yeah, you see, there, the dog said it for me.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
No?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or another about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all. My God. No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
That's...
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Edgelord route. My princess would never poop. True. What's this dog emote? Whatever. Sorry about what happened last time. Narrator sent me, killed me, whatever the heck.
Was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think
That's
he's
some
right,
shenanigans.
because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
You know... Some ninja, strong, can't destroy the world. He doesn't have the nerf. Nerf? That's supposed to be nerve? Either way, I'm not the one who's supposed to destroy the world. That's on her. Yeah, nerve. Okay. Minor spelling mistake. Looks like I win.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Ah.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
How?
You wouldn't. I would.
How?
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
Oh, it's actually that easy?
Shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Okay, I swear to God, I'm not going crazy, right? Did her boobs get bigger? Like, I noticed that in the other slide, but I didn't want to say anything because you guys are going to be like, no, nothing happened, weird champ, you're just a pervert, etc. Not my streamer. But there's no escaping it now, dude. Like, I swear her boobs got bigger. Never change, Shronge, never change. Motorboating motion. Alright, this dude. Strong, you have me as a follower. How have you won? I follow everything but orders. It's a meme, you dip. This is the closest you'll ever come to the genuine article, why complain? I hate it here. Whatever, we're continuing. What's up, Cameo? Hashtag my streamer.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
I got a couple ideas. What do you want to do? We leave and have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
Dude, she'd nod her own arm off.
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Don't go crazy. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? Just want to leave. We can figure it out the rest later. This is gonna go. Are we really about to do the I don't know what do you want to do today? I don't know what do you want to do today thing? I think that's what we're about to do. She's gonna go crazy if we ask her too much about what she wants to do. I can feel that happening, man. Go to Applebee's. All the places you choose. Applebee's? What the heck? Must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Based?
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I want you to tell me what you want. What would make you happy? I can only see bad things happening if we continue down this path.
I just want to make you happy.
This is getting worse. I knew something was up.
Broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
You have to want something more than just making me happy. Something this...
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
She looks like the one character from
I don't see
Yu-Gi-Oh!
the
What's her
problem.
name?
She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
I really like it when the drawings get more crude. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Stop! I can see the eraser marks.
Does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
No. She was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Joey? Yeah, that's the one. It's her. You ruined it, Strange. All you had to do was go to the damn Applebee.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Maybe okay, trust me, been here before, always get
It
scared.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. See you on the other side, it's going to be okay. I don't even want. I don't feel like talking to you guys anymore. I'm just walking in the mirror. You approach the mirror.
I don't like that silence.
You don't have to. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. Oh my god! You've unraveled. We are becoming less of myself as this goes on. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. I want Steven to know that when I got this route, I chose the leave the cabin and live happily ever after option, and it was way better. I believe that. I just wanted to know more about this weird woman, and then she was nothing. She was none but a hollow shell. Oof. You responded to your questions with a question. Aggressive and annoying, but at least they have a vague idea of what they want, even if those... Even if those who thinks are usually ingenuine or just plain asinine, gentle people ironically are an even greater bother. Never speak their minds, always going along to get along. At least enemies are honest. I think she was honest, but the thing is she just had none of herself, hence why she turned into nothing. Well, now you know. Now I know. Did you figure out why you're a Birdman yet? I think that's just the thing.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the
Don't-
long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
What? Don't come at me with the hands and being crude. I don't like this. Go back to normal.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. Seriously, I liked you more when, like, I don't know, when you were just a mask, or when your head was off, or when you were an amalgamation of a bunch of different bodies. This is just... I don't know what to think about this one. A rhetorical question. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me? There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real? Do you have thoughts on this vessel? But a rhetorical question. Do you know? Do you want me to tell you? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real? If she said she had wanted to make you happy, she was being entirely truthful. Steven, she takes whatever body you give her, and you gave her the terrible sketch princess. This is on you, my dude. I know. I know. I know it's on me, but I guess I didn't think this would happen.
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Okay. I'm having a bit of trouble understanding what... Oh, I see. I guess I get that one. Any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Okay. And that's it? That's the whole thing? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
The narrator thing.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
I don't know if I agree with that one. I still want to know what his angle is. Like, if he fears you, then is it just because you end reality at the release of the princess? I don't know, couldn't you just very easily not end that reality? Either way, he comes back, what does it matter? I guess he doesn't have any recollection of what goes on here, but... whatever. How many more vessels do you need?
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you? If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. This is the last time. Is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I guess I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Alright, so we've walked away. We've walked toward, picked up the knife, dropped the knife. What else is there to do? Let's just walk to the cabin, first and foremost.
You make your way up the shore.
Yep.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Take the blade into the basement, don't take the blade into the basement. Alright. So we've seen her gnaw her own arm off. We get the knife anyway, and then we cut her arm off, and then she stabs us to death. We've taken the blade, dropped it, she kills us quickly. Don't take the blade, talk to her. Let's just not take the blade. Let's see what we can go with.
The basement creaks open.
Yeah. Hi. Here to save you, not here to save you. Think I'm here to slay you. I remember continuing down the stairs normally before. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you.
You must have the wrong address.
Wait, did I say this one before? I think I might have said this one before.
Great job, you've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You
What's
walk
up?
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Steven about to start repeating endings to avoid slaying the princess. I can't even do that. Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name? Don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. I'm the first person you've seen for a while. Would have been eating or drinking. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? Won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. Sorry, but I can't just trust you. This doesn't add up. It isn't worth the risk. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I think we already heard this.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer?
Yeah, we
Because
heard
the
this
dynamic
one.
we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Can't believe they're keeping you down here like this. Getting you out of here, examine the chains. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? Going to check upstairs. Well, we know what happens if we go back upstairs. The door just locks. So... And then the knife just appears, and then she starts biting her own arm off. So, let's say... There isn't a key. Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
How?
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
I don't want to do that again.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
This again.
Is someone else here?
Just return to the bottom of the stairs. Maybe I should shout.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Sick.
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Whatever.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Don't gnaw your own arm off, please.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
This won't be funny.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
And then the biting.
She
And then the
barely
biting.
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you
I'm
do
just
that.
I'm gonna do this. I could kill her or save her. Let's just try to save.
Fine.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of...
I still don't want to kill her, so we're gonna go for the same
Stop that.
thing. I can't resist. Oh, I have to try to kill her. What do you mean I can't resist? Steven, you've done this already? Yeah, I know. Ha. This isn't a ha moment. Damn it! I didn't want to do this. What's up, Diamond Yule?
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there?
Uh,
A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
I don't want to do this.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness. dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright. Well, at least she's not dead. That's all I really care about.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Which voice do we have now? Game is directly preventing you from getting the same ending. Let's give a thank you to the Slay the Princess devs for preventing Steven from doing the same thing as before. I mean, this is fine. Hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Which voice?
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards
Opportunist.
close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Alright. To assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen, why should I listen to you bother doing anything? Sure, why not?
Very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
They never do.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Sure. I don't think I... Well, wait, no. What's... There's like one option on exploring about the princess, right?
Just be quick about it.
Killed me last time around. How can I make sure this doesn't happen again? She killed me by ripping me to pieces. Don't get me wrong, I hated it. But how can someone like that end the world? Quote you from last time around. She's just a princess. Why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands? Who locked her in the basement? The bare hands thing. Yeah, this.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place? Being cagey, what aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me.
Opportunist is annoying.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along?
Yeah, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceeding to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Can't wait to walk in there and just see, like, a bear or something chained to the wall. That's gonna be really funny.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Didn't say anything about the mirror. This whole cabin's different than last time. Enter the basement.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Let's just enter the
No
basement.
blade. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time.
Just leave it.
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Yo, why the house so veiny? Because it's made of a bunch
The
of
basement
roots.
creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below.
Roots and
The
vines.
ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Not nasty. I'm not gonna say anything. I think I should just walk down again. This is some kind of irony I'm getting hit by right now, I feel, if this woman is a witch. And how much I hate magic.
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognized the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
She became a furry?
There you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like
To
she
not be
already
here?
knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Okay. With what he just said a second ago,
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
with what the narrator just said a second ago, it's making me think. He says his world is on the line. What it's sounding like right now is there's the hero, the narrator, and the princess. The narrator is the separate entity that's an entirely third party. There's the princess whose perspective is whatever the entity is in the long quiet. And then there's the hero, which is our perspective, and then the multiple voices that spawn off of him and whatever he goes with. The narrator just sounds like the game. Is basically what I'm getting at with this. Like, that entity is strictly the princess, and nobody talks to her. Nobody talks to the princess herself or her, it's just them. The narrator, though, can see the hero, and for some reason the player, but they can't see the entity that the princess becomes, or maybe they just choose not to interact with her. I don't really know what it is. It's... that one, I guess we'll find out soon. Both the narrator listen and understand that princess is out there. She can't be bargained with. She can't be reasoned with. She doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. energy absolutely will not stop ever until you are dead. Is this a reference something? This is a reference to something that's flying over my head. Sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made a mistake. I get the sense you're not happy with me. Not unarmed, that's a gesture of... I'm unarmed, that's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out. Died last time, you didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you. Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Can't you get out of those on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? Don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving, bye. Ever seen Terminator? Boo this man? I have not seen Terminator, no. I'm unarmed, that's a gesture of goodwill.
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
Good point, good point.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time. I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
Sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Shut the hell up, opportunist!
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Okay, sure. I hate this, like, hairy leg she's got. I hope I'm not the only one thinking about that, right? Get the sense that you're not happy with me. So we're at an impasse. Neither of us are going to get anywhere if we can't trust each other unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight. Can't you get out of those on your own? I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Okay. Look, I know things got messy last time. This?
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Hold on, I'm trying to think about something real quick. What voices have we already experienced? Experienced... Right now we're experiencing the Opportunist. We had the Smitten. The Stubborn. Who was before the Stubborn? Or after the Stubborn? What endings did I get? This is the one where we, like, brought the knife with us, cut her out of the restraint, then she just slit our throat. We came back, but I don't remember what voice that was. I also don't remember what ending I got from that. And there's the Contrarian. I'm trying to see if the voice that is in my head is also reflected in whoever we're talking about. Because the Smitten was in love with the princess, and then the princess was in love with us, and then we basically crafted her into nothing because, you know, that's just what I ended up doing. Contrarian wanted to just do the opposite of whatever the narrator wanted to do, but I don't remember the princess being in the way like that. And then this one with the Opportunist, it seems like she's just doing whatever she believes will get her the best result at the end. I'm thinking about this one too hard. Boo this man. Again, boo this man. Oh my god. Do you love her tail, though? I don't. Those dogs are barking. I'm not talking about the feet. I never was. Assuming that's what you're talking about, dog to dog. Of course, no one's happy with you. You haven't seen the Terminator. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Didn't bring my blade down. Remember, how am I supposed to get you out of those chains? Can't you get out of those on your own? Why do I have a nagging feeling? Whatever. Don't trust you, not enough to free you. Alright, I didn't bring the blade. How do I get you out of the chains?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
That, what?
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
What? Okay.
Could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Okay.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Okay, let's leave. Let's just leave. Princess be like, :3. Actually,
Yes, let's.
you're gonna stab me in the back.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
Hey.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one that lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody
Doesn't it?
First, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Can we just, like... Could we not just walk sideways up the stairs with eyes locked? I feel like that would be the answer here. Whatever, I'm just gonna step onto the stairs.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
We're fine. Don't worry. And even if she stabs us, so what?
And begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Sound like
Can
me.
we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
We're gonna get stabbed.
What did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
Why?
Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Mm-hmm.
The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
You're stupid. You're dumb.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up?
Did you turn us into a paraplegic?
I'm afraid
Quadriplegic?
your back is broken.
Oh.
One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that?
This.
It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
Cool, I
You must
guess.
have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
How does this help you? How does this help either of us? What's up, voice of the hero? Why would she do that? We were trying to help her. She needed us to get out. Can't get up. You broke my back. It's supposed to be the other way around. The hell was that for? I was trying to help you out of here. We were never going to get up those stairs, were we? Could have gotten out of here if we just trusted each other. Can't get up. You broke my back.
Oh, I broke your back, did I? You were the one who started this little game. You were the one who chose spite and violence and conflict. If not for your betrayal, I could have had my freedom a lifetime ago. But I'm the victor now, and that means I get to select my prize. If only I could decide which is better. Do I kill you with my own hands?
Again.
Or do I let you suffer the way you decided to let me suffer? Maybe I'll do a bit of both.
Just like drag my
This
dead
is
body
why
up the
I wanted
stairs
her
or
to go
something.
First, I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
This.
Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it?
Sure was.
The princess's
Hey!
body twitches as she tries to get up.
Oh my god.
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
You're kidding.
It seems you're not the only one who's broken.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
What's wrong with you?
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
We lost! He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Uh-oh.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
There it is. It's the worst ending to go back to the what's her name on. Nah, bring me back to the previous one. At least that one loved me.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Most obvious reasons possible. I ain't gonna say anything. Both of you get to leave. It's that mirror again. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you, voice of the hero, my mans. I'm not digging this, like, RPing as the hero in my chat. We already got enough of that from the game. I don't think it needs to happen again. Okay, I'm gonna go. See you, man. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start, and then a prompt comes up, start talking about Kingdom Hearts, and the princess realizes she will suffer a fate worse than death. Oh, you're funny. You're frickin' hilarious, ain't you, Moose? Approach the mirror. Why not? Don't even bother responding to the voices anymore. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
The voice feels small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. So have I withered to nothing now? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
I'm sorry? A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? So many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same all along? Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Destroy the mirror. I think it's already pretty destroyed. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
My ears. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you. You said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
You have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris? After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Ouch. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Why? I wish this wasn't so loud. I guess I could turn it down, but... You part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me? It made me then what am I? Wasn't...
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them were right and which of them were wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is the princess? Did you make her too? People out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? And what is my true identity? That one I don't believe you can answer. This one, same problem. I guess I only really have 2 more questions, which I hope I can get the answers to. What is the princess and did you make her? And I wasn't supposed to see this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
Final question. Oh no, that's it. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her, but lie. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. I'm going to just tell you, I'm not going to kill her. Don't worry, narrator. Steven will absolutely not slay the princess if he can help it. Okay. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god.
I'm sorry?
Even one you've woven into existence yourself.
I'm sorry too?
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Oh. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Hello?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Is some Yoko Taro stuff? Nope. Nope. You didn't ask him who you were. I didn't, but I got the answer. That was a question he absolutely could have answered, by the way. Well, maybe next time. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Did you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we left unfinished. Can you really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. Told you what was going to happen when we reached this point. Slay the princess. Slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. The thing about this is, if she is death incarnate, then I don't think that it's a bad thing to just let her be. Mostly because death is what forces change. If everything is unchanging, and say people are suffering in that instance of, I guess, immortality, in that instance of infinity, then you're just going to have that suffering continue for the rest of time. Meanwhile, say, if people are suffering or happy in that instance and then death should come, it's just going to make sure that something will be happening later. The death of whatever it is begets the beginning of something new. It just takes time. Like I said before, I'm not going to kill you. I just don't really know what to do next. Steven, you played Elden Ring, you know what a world is like when death gets removed. It's not good. Yeah, I know. That's why I said I'm not going to kill her. Killing her would be killing the concept of death, would it not? Or something along those lines? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is all this falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
I let you out in entire world for good. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? This.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I'm sorry?
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Feel to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Address this vessel's statement directly. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now, or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow? Reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here, argue your independence. You showed me... I noticed this is here, and this is the most recent ending that we had. Steven, did you pick a dumb option while I was looking at another tab? Oh, okay, you didn't? It seems I didn't. By the way, apparently this dialogue can change depending on the various routes you get through the main game. Yeah, I figured because this showed up and this was the most recent ending. So, there must be something else that she can say based on the most, or whichever endings that you have. I don't really want to reject her perspective. I won't engage with violence. Or, I guess that is a perspective that I could reject. This one specifically.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. Your left leg drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Oh, that's...
Melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
Now I see. She's showing me her perspectives. I think I get that. Like, fully. The slides are basically showing me what the princess was seeing in those instances. I didn't put that together with the previous one. It's not the truth, then. We hide from it now that it is within your grasp. Continue to reject her perspective. It doesn't matter how I feel. Death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible for those it holds captive. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave this to you, with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender.
The echoes saw horrors as his eyes were closed. The majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective.
My mass is mobbing. There is no beginning, there is no end, and there is no end. There is only the flood of fire. Every possible every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, we reflected it back. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Suffering born in delusion is still suffering. Doesn't matter what we are now, we hurt each other, and we shouldn't have done that. We cannot let a world be spun out of that pain. Get it? There's no need us to keep fighting. The problem that I have right now is if we're spinning a world of our own, and all we know is the back and forth of violence between the both of us, then that is all that world will have. It doesn't matter if there is the concept of death, because you're still continuing a cycle of suffering no matter what. You can't bring about an instance where someone is happy.
Their suffering is born of their own delusion. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those and the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
You reject the suffering of material reality, and yet you cling to its framework for meaning. We can be better than this.
I reject the narrow view of impermanence. I cling to nothing. There is no better us for us to be than us. We are reality itself.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
You claim your destruction would steal meaning from existence. But if my actions can make existence worse, then there must be actions that make it better. Perfection implies finality, and nothing is final. This isn't what I thought it was, is it? Appealing to your shared humanity. Speak of life and death and about change and stagnation, but that isn't what this has been about. Is this just, like, you falling in love with this entity? Because this isn't what I want. Addressing... I kind of want to expand on this one. This one seems like it's make it about the both of you. This one is make it about yourself. Or... not to lecture me. Yeah, you just reject her entirely. Act as though the world can't exist without you. And I don't know what exactly this would bring about. Bottom line is I'm still thinking about running this one. But another part of me wants to expand on this, address this vessel statement directly. Thank you for sharing yourself with me. I don't need to share my heart with anyone. I wish I could share my heart with you. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. That is what it takes to rid the world of suffering. I could bear the solitude. I'm gonna go with... continue to reject her perspective.
There has never been finality. There is only the unending transformation of mind multitudes. But to destroy me is to bring everything to a stop. It is only then that you will have an ending. And that ending is nothingness.
As a clash between you abates, the princess withdraws trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I'm wondering if I'm just misunderstanding what exactly she's saying. Easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? Can't let this happen. I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. Don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you? You have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this alone. Where's everyone else? How are you supposed to help? I thought voices weren't allowed here. You died whenever I looked in the mirror. Where's everyone else?
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began, I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
Can you not hear the hero?
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Sure.
Then let's go.
Huh? Back to the crude drawings.
Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy.
Ha!
But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that for old time's sake. It's just you and me. Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Is the narrator really gone? Let's just walk in. I don't really feel the need to... Let's just go.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
I'm not killing her. I already said this.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
There you are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
Good to finally see you again. Sorry for all the times I've hurt you. Don't think I want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there? Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you? So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name? None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it? What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be? What if we just leave? None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
I don't know. We made it to the other side, and we found each other. I think that means all of the bad was worth it.
Yes. What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't know. I don't think it's fair to judge her. It must be so lonely, thinking that she's everything that matters in the world. Thinking that she's the only one with all the answers.
I never thought about it like that. That does sound lonely, doesn't it?
Now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name? Wait, which princess are you? You look like you did when we first met. Is this the real you?
I'm the princess. The one you've been spending all this time with. I know I've changed a few times, but so have you. And you're still real to me.
Good to finally see you again.
Yeah, I missed you so much. Not that we've ever really been apart, but still. It feels like it's been so long. Like this is some sort of a big reunion.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Me neither. It's so big. It's so much responsibility. And at the end of the day, it just feels like waking up in another basement. It's something we never asked for, trapping us somewhere we never wanted to be.
Sorry for all the times I hurt you.
That is so sweet, but the first time we met, I literally scared you to death. You were just doing your best. I should be the one who's sorry, and I am. I'm sorry. We both let things get a little out of hand, but we don't have to let that stop us from being who we want to be.
You know, when she puts it like that...
You're the same as you are out there.
I am she as much as she is me. And all of us are both everything and also not everything. I had you there for a second, didn't I?
Little bit.
I think I'm different from her, and I'm happy I'm different. I think being her would mean I'd lose a lot of myself along the way. I think I'd have to lose the parts of you that matter to me.
Now that we're here at the end of everything, I asked that already. What if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
I always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. We want to know something new. Doesn't matter what it means, what matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. Don't know where we'd go, but as long as it's not here, and as long as I'm with you, that's all I want. Honestly, don't know where we go, but as long as it's not here.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Gonna be okay alone. Thanks for everything. Sure you don't want to come? Sure you don't want to come? No. Thanks for everything,
Don't
man.
mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
You lead, and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
Come on, princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
Who's going to open it? Are you ready? Neither of us knows what it's going to be like. Just open the door. In all honesty, I think in this scenario I would just open the door. I'm just gonna open the door. Yeah, I felt like there would be something like this. Either this or the game crashing. So, I guess I'm a bit confused now. 'Cause all of this to fight with another godlike entity that is embodied by the princess. But what was the point of the fight? She shows me her perspectives, and I assume she is like the amalgamation of just perspectives of violence and death, because that's ultimately what most endings ended up resulting in, save for maybe the ones involving saving the princess. Could that have changed? Could we have done something different? Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Oh. Okay. I'm good. Oh, what the heck? Explore, join the Discord, join the mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us somewhere else, make your playlist, play our other game? What other game? Return to main menu. Main menu it is. The Rizzler, the Rizzard, because Rizzard? Rizzard? As in like lizard, but wait, we're a bird. I think. That just doesn't get explained, really. So, I liked that game, and I get that the whole thing was like, it's a story of love between the player and the princess, but I felt like that was a little bit... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what to think about that ending. It's a very similar feeling to, say, Danganronpa 1, with how there's the main character, Makoto, and then there's the one chick that he was friends with, and how it feels like it makes you, as Makoto, attach yourself to that character from then until the end of the game. I didn't quite like it. I enjoyed most of this just because of how different the perspectives might have been and whatnot. But ultimately, at the end, I feel like I'm just too peanut-brained to understand what exactly happened. I'm gonna have to catch the VOD. Missed a lot coming to the shop. I don't think you missed that much, did you? Well, I guess you caught the ending, but not like the two endings. You caught the quote-unquote true ending, but not the two endings before that. I say quote-unquote true ending because I believe there are multiple true endings, and now I understand why. Everything will result in ultimately you amassing a bunch of perspectives to talk to what's-her-name, and then it becomes whether or not you embrace her reality, reject hers and embrace your own, or do whatever the hell you just did, I just did, with denying both and just leaving. But the problem that I have then is mostly what happens to both of their realities. I guess the point is you just don't know. Like, that's not something you can know. You leave the two gods to their own devices and then you just decide to go live your own life somewhere else. Or, you say you leave the two gods, you leave the one, really. Because you are the other one. What game now? I don't know, dude. I feel like we should just stop here. I'm mostly just trying to digest what happened. Like, my mind is searching. I guess I've learned nothing, right? Because a lot of this game was basically saying there's no right answers, right? But my own head is like, what's the right answer here, right? What's ultimately is what do I want? What would I want from all of this? And I guess it is actually reflected in my actions, because what I would want is not this. I would want to do something that's not going toe-to-toe with an entirely different entity that I'm trying to debate the morality with, because this one's just too morally ambiguous for me to make sense of. You're a being of, like, death and violence and suffering, and I assume I'm supposed to be a somewhat the opposite. But I want to say that we can't exactly exist without the other. If only you exist, then it's just a world of death and violence and suffering. If only I exist, then it's just a world of stagnation, continuous nothingness. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on, because nothing changes. Both would need to be existing in order for there to be continuous happiness, continuous suffering, ups and downs. You just leaving doesn't give you an answer to either of these. You don't know whether or not you're continuing a cycle of suffering, continuing a cycle of benevolence, continuing a cycle of both, or just living your life. It sounds like you're just living your life, but what does that entail? I mean, what game is a Thursday game now? What the... Is that all you can think about? We experienced this whole thing, and the only thing you care about is what video game is the streamer gonna play on Thursdays now? Really? The existential crisis that this game should be instilling into you is nothing. Are we going for more endings? In all honesty, I don't think I want to play any more endings on stream. If I were to continue playing this game, I think I would want to do it by myself, because I feel like this ending right here represents me well enough. Yes, we. I wasn't here for most of this. Were you not here last Thursday? Or do you mean you weren't here for most of this stream in particular? Maybe... I'm wondering if the ending in which the player just leaves with the princess is... I wonder if I only got something like that, where it's like an actual love story between the two, because of the decisions that I made. I mean, of course it's because of the decisions that I made, but I mean, like, I wonder what else I could have gotten. This stream. Ah, okay. Man, apparently earlier in the stream I had like a minor internet hiccup, because apparently I dropped 57 frames. And I remember looking at my chat and seeing that I disconnected for a split second. I wonder what happened. Oh well. Hey, guys, this is a little bit off topic. Do you know what most streamers use to look at their chat? I think it's called Chatterino, but I'm not entirely certain. And I feel like it would be better than just trying to look at the Twitch chat through, like, OBS as an embed. So you got the sex ending, my man. There was no sex to be had, at least not to my knowledge. There was just... I think the closest we got was turning the princess into a crude amalgamation of nothing. When I say that, I mean, like, she's just trying to do the stuff that makes us happy, and vice versa. still trying to piece all of it together, man. This is much. This is a bit too much. Honestly, I thought this game would be spookier. I expected this game to be just like this. Not actually scary, just existential-like. Very similar kind of idea to, I don't know what, Soma? Soma didn't really... I didn't play the game, mind you. I only saw the game up until at least one of the endings. I don't know if there's more than one. But, that game's meant to instill a certain amount of existential dread by just giving you a more in-depth thought about certain concepts. This game does the same. Very artsy-fartsy bedge. What are you looking for? Xenoblade is sleep. Mega Man is sleep. Guilty Gear Strive is, damn, I hate you, streamer, because you hit me with the U. It's look who it is, disgusted emoji. What do you want? If I play an action RPG, then it's like, streamer, you're playing it wrong. I don't know what to do anymore, man. I'm blanking. I'm really blanking super hard, because, like... I'm still putting it all together. I'm still putting every bit of it together. It's just... I don't know, I guess I feel like I didn't get an ending, but I did. Funny that you finally got an ending where you had to stab her. Didn't kill her. I'm sad that I did get that ending. I'm glad that I didn't kill her, but I am very sad that I got an ending like that. I wonder if there would have been... I guess the only other way would have been, like, take the dagger in and then find some other way of doing that. What happened? It was the last ending that you saw, the one right before leading to actually speaking with her. Like, the weird entity. It's, the one where she turned into a cat girl. Because I didn't bring the knife, I went downstairs, spoke to her, she tries to gnaw her own arm off, and then it forced me into... The first time I tried to warn her again, and then after that you get the option to resist, in which case she takes the knife and then tries to stab you. Or not tries to, she tries to kill you, but she doesn't... Supposedly doesn't know how to do it and just kind of keeps repeatedly stabbing you. The second time you try that same thing, you're forced to stab her because you can't get the same ending again. And then, she... It becomes like, oh, you betrayed my trust, and now we're both gonna be back and forth with the whole... I think you're gonna stab me in the back, and you think I'm gonna stab you in the back. So, it's just a Cold War situation going on between the both of you until one of you finally pulls the trigger. Which is what happened, and then both of us lost, because we both got paralyzed. Falling down some stairs. I guess the reasoning that I'm thinking... Unless... Wait. Yeah. Now that I think about it, no, this is just the actual ending. I got, like, a real ending. The entity that is her, that exists separately, that became whatever the hell is... Whatever the hell is the opposite of the Long Quiet. She just reverted back to the princess the first time you saw it. That's it. That's all that it is. Because there's the whole thing where she shows you her perspectives of every instance, every route that you went through. And she's trying to change you so that you'll make the decision in her favor. But then you say something about trying to change her perspective into your own. And when you make that attempt, that's you just going back here to do whatever you're doing. And then so now... So I guess the whole point is... You're just continuing on in an unshaped reality, or in a reality not ruled by either god. I'm assuming. The stun lock? You hate to see it. Stun lock? Because of the Cold War thing? I still don't see why we didn't just, like, both look at each other going up the stairs. Like, both go up sideways or something. There definitely could have been a way that we didn't need to fight each other. Didn't need to, like, put our back to the other. Whatever. Anyway, I guess that's it, man. I don't know what else to do here. I mean, we're pretty much done, right? I don't know what I'm gonna play next week. Oh, wait, I said I was gonna play Fear and Hunger after this, didn't I? Either way. That's gonna do it for today's stream. Tomorrow is gonna be... What do you call it? Tomorrow is gonna be some Monster Hunter. Saturday is gonna be more than likely Guilty Gear, probably Strive. Wouldn't even be a real probably. It's not gonna be Exert, I can tell you that for a fact. And it's almost certainly not gonna be plus R either. So, yeah, look forward to that. Next week, though, for the schedule, we're looking at... Monday, Random Game. Tuesday, Xenoblade X. Wednesday, Mega Man ZX Advent. Thursday is more than likely going to be Fear and Hunger. But another part of me is like, I don't want to play a game like Fear and Hunger. I want to play an action RPG. Oh my god. I'm getting... I want to play a 3D game that's not Xenoblade X, right? Because... Xenoblade X is so slow, and it's got that weird MMO style of combat, and I'm not digging it anymore. And then Monday, I can play whatever the hell I want, so I'm not really thinking about that. Wednesday, I've just had enough of platformers, man. I've been playing so many. I don't want to play anymore. Not for a little bit. And then Friday, Monster Hunter. My main problem with that one is just, like, I don't have a goal at the moment. Made a bunch of sets in Generations Ultimate, and that's fine. And then I made whatever, I 100%ed World, and then I'm thinking, like, what do I do? People don't play this game with me on stream, and I don't really have much that I feel like doing myself at the moment. Ugh. And then Saturdays are whatever. Saturdays are fine. Except for when I get mad on stream and then I feel like I'm being a little baby. Then it doesn't feel that great, but that's whatever. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, if you guys got anything to say to me, or anyone else who's decided to join, hit up the Discord below the stream. If you click the picture that says Discord, I'm gonna go... I guess... I guess I'll find whatever game I'm gonna play next Thursday. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, morning, or night, whatever time it might be for you. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.